Let me show you something really cool. Here I have a remote control that I like to call a magic wand. It's magical because I can operate wirelessly this new gimbal right here without problems. So I can go up, I can go down, I can even go around with my chair, make a circle, and the gimbal will follow the motion. Isn't that awesome? Hey guys, it's Nemanja and welcome to another really fun episode. Today I will show you something really cool and a little bit magical, as you already saw in the intro. Today I will show you a new gimbal in the market. This is AK4500 from FeiyuTech with the maximum payload of 4.6 kilos, which is really cool. It can handle a bigger camera and heavier lenses. So first let me show you what's in this package. So inside that box is this really nice suitcase, and now let me show you what's in the suitcase. Inside the suitcase we have a lot of interesting things. The biggest part here is the gimbal itself, so let me pull this out first. And really cool thing about this gimbal is that it has a locking mechanism, so all the axes are locked, which is really cool because the gimbal will not go crazy inside your backpack while you're traveling, and also it helps a lot while balancing the gimbal. Okay, another thing is the tripod. Really nice tripod that can be used as a second grip for another hand, so you can take the gimbal like that. It has a really nice grip on its own, and of course you can use it as a tripod. So let me put the gimbal for now right here. Then we have an extension pole, which is really nice and lightweight, and it's really handy because you can screw it to the bottom of the tripod and extend the length of your tripod, so you can be a little bit more creative while you're filming. So I'll put this back. Also we have the camera mount, which is really nice and cool, and this camera mount has another plus. It's quick release plate, so you can just do like that and have a quick release plate. You mount the camera on this and really easily just clip it, that's it, put it on a tripod without need to rebalance the tripod. Really nice and cool. We will mount that on a tripod later. Then you have, of course, the part that is used to carry heavier, longer lenses. And here we have a lot of cables. We have charger right here with another bunch of cables right here, and in this hole here supposed to be batteries, but they're already inside the gimbal because I have this gimbal for a week or a little bit more, and I play a lot with it to be able to do this review. I just want to say that this is not a sponsor video, although I did got this unit from FeiyuTech for test and review, so thank you FeiyuTech for that. But all the things that I will say in this video is completely my own opinion. Right now let's continue with the review. So I will just leave this aside, and before we continue, there is another box that comes in the package, and this is some accessories that I will show you really quickly. So let's open it, and inside here you have a few things. First, a magic wand, a thing that you saw at the beginning in the intro. So this is really cool magic wand, like a remote control for the gimbal that can be used as a handle for underslang mode, for suitcase mode, and of course for the remote control. A lot of cables inside again. Then this is a metal part that goes right here on the gimbal, and then this handle goes right here. You can screw it here, and you can use the gimbal in underslung mode. I will show you that a little bit later. So let's leave this aside for now, and this candle too, because we will need it. And also we have here a follow focus motor or it can be used as a zoom motor, that is brushless motor, silent, really cool. So nice addition if you like to use that with your gimbal. And again, some cables and things to attach the motor to the gimbal. Okay, now I will put this aside too, and then I will put the camera on the gimbal, balance it really quickly, and then we will continue with the review. When you're balancing the gimbal, make sure that all three axes are really nicely balanced, because the better you balance the gimbal, the better result you will have with your video footage. The footage will be more stable and the motors will struggle less to make the camera really nice and stable. Okay, this is pretty good. You will know that you balanced your gimbal properly if you put your gimbal and camera in any position, and it will stay in that position no matter what, as you can see right here. And also if you tilt it like that or like that, it will not go around like this. It will stay in that position. So this is properly balanced gimbal. Now that we balance the camera on the gimbal properly, we need to turn the gimbal on. And there is one button for that, for turning on and off at the front side of the gimbal. You just need to press and hold it for a few seconds. You will hear the sound like that, and the gimbal is ready for use. So you can go outside and just start filming. You can lock all the axes, as you can see. Now all the axes are locked and the camera will stay in same position no matter what and however we move the gimbal. Just one note for all you guys who never used the FeiyuTech gimbals before, like AK2000, AK4000 or this new one AK4500. You can be worried maybe when you first time turning on the gimbal with the camera. The gimbal can go like this, maybe wobbling or vibrating a little bit, and that's because you need to adjust the payload settings for the motors, because this gimbal can handle variety of the cameras. So it can handle the cameras from 150 grams up to 4.6 kilos. And there is a pretty easy fix for that. If your gimbal is wobbling or vibrating, you just need to go to the touchscreen. This is a really cool feature to have a touchscreen on your gimbal, because you can access all the settings really easily. You need to swipe it once, let me see, twice, and you have a payload settings, and you just need to go to the auto or custom. You can see here you have 3 custom values, or you can go manually here. You can adjust manually now. I don't know if you can hear it, maybe. Now you can hear it. It's vibrating because the payload settings of the motors is too high for this camera, so I will put it on auto. If auto doesn't work for you, just manually put in the settings wherever you feel it's good, and no problem at all. You can just continue using the gimbal. Right, now let's go outside and let me show you some example footage of walking and running with this gimbal in different modes, like regular carrying, underslung carrying, upside down carrying, etc., to have a better impression of how the gimbal works. And then we will go back in studio and continue with some options and settings that you can use with this gimbal. See you outside. Right guys, we're back in studio and you just saw how the gimbal works while walking and running with it in different situations and different orientations of the camera and the gimbal. I really love this underslung mode, the suitcase mode, because You can be really creative with this, and also it's much easier to operate the camera from lower angle just by holding it like a suitcase than to turning this handle upside down and then holding it like that. So this is really big plus of the gimbal. Now I will show several settings and options of the gimbal. We will not go through all of them because this is not a tutorial, this is just a review, and then we will wrap for today. So first among others is this wheel on the side of the gimbal. You can use it for several things. You can use it to control the follow focus or zoom motor, to set a focus, change the focus, or zoom the camera lens. I will not show you that today, but you can also use it to move the camera up and down, to be creative while walking. Maybe you want to walk and just move the camera up or move the camera down and film it. Also, you can set the sensitivity, so now it's really sensitive. As you can see, the camera is moving really fast, but you can set the sensitivity to much lower levels, so you need to turn it several times to go all the way up. Then you can press it, and then you can turn it left and right, and if you press it one more time, you can tilt the camera left and right, so it's really cool. Also, when double click this front button, you will bring the camera in default position. So just double click and the camera, actually the gimbal, goes to default position. Right, then on the front side right here, we have several buttons. We have turn on and off button. Then we have a mode button, so we can change some modes using this button, or much easier, the touchscreen. Touchscreen is so nice addition to the gimbal because you can just really easy change the mode by just pressing the screen here and play with that. Use any mode that you want. And then we have take a video or take a photo button if you connect your camera to the gimbal via Wi-Fi. Because this gimbal has an option to connect certain cameras like Sony, Panasonic and Canon to the gimbal via Wi-Fi, and then you can operate the cameras from the gimbal, changing the ISO or exposure compensation and white balance, etc. from the gimbal directly. If you're up to it and have those cameras, you can do that too. Then on the right side you have a button, you can press it and you can lock a touchscreen, so you cannot suddenly mess it with some settings while you're filming it. That's a really cool option. You can press it one more time, you can unlock it. If you swipe it to the left, you have some other cool modes like 360. If you press this button, camera will go in this position, and then you can use it for inception shots. So you have several options. You can press to rotate once to the right side or once to the left side, or how many times you want until you press stop. So you can rotate the camera, and also you can change the speed with the joystick, so it's really cool. You can swipe to the right if you want to go to previous settings. Then you can go to probably selfie mode if you press this selfie mode. As you can see, the camera will rotate towards you, and you can just vlog with this. Of course, you need to get rid of this underslung handle, or you can just rotate with the joystick camera in one side like this and have this aside, so you can just vlog. If you want to go to default position, just double press the front button and the camera will go in the front position. Nearby the selfie button is a portrait button, but the portrait button works only if you hold the gimbal like this. You can press the portrait mode and the camera will go into a portrait mode, so you can create some really cool, stable, nice Insta stories with your camera and the gimbal. Really nice and cool. You can just press it one more time and it will exit portrait mode. Right, then if you swipe one more time to the left, you have additional settings. You can set a payload, so you just need to set some presets manually, or you can go to auto, or you can go to custom 1, 2 or 3, so whatever you want. I like usually to use the preset and set it on my own like this. You can press again this lock button if you want to go to a start menu. This is really cool. Just go straight to the start menu, or you can just go back like this, swiping left and right. Then you have a photo spot, and here you can change between 3 different modes: default, smooth and action. So in each mode the gimbal will behave a little bit differently. In the action it will be the most responsive, in default will be a little bit less, in smooth mode will be less responsive, nice and smooth. But you can also go to custom right here and then set the speed of the gimbal and the dead zone manual. I really like to put it all the way down to the minimum because I like my gimbal to be really nice, slow and smooth while I'm operating the camera. Of course, if I'm shooting some action scene, I can always put it in default or action mode, and the gimbal and the camera will be much more responsive and faster. Although this is really cool, I'm practically 95% of the time having this on the smoothest, the slowest settings. In my opinion, this is not slow or smooth enough. I would love to see in next iteration of firmware FeiyuTech to make it even more smoother and slower than it's right now. Then it would be like really good. Then you have some wheel settings where you can set a sensitivity, camera control and autofocus. We will not go through this right now. And we have global settings where you can change the language and calibrate the gimbal. You just need to press this once, wait for a few seconds, and the gimbal will calibrate automatically. This is it. You just press escape and that's it. Of course, on the front side you have a joystick. With the joystick you can move the camera up, down, left and right. And I will press this button to go back to the start. Also guys, one more thing that I didn't mention is that you will get this phone holder with the gimbal if you purchase this standard kit, and you can mount it on this magic wand, on this remote control. Put the phone inside like this, so now while you're operating the gimbal wirelessly, you can connect your phone with the camera, so you can have a wireless feed directly on the phone. Most of today's camera has that option, so you can just have your live feed on your phone and then you can just move and see what are you filming and how are you filming. That's really cool. Maybe I want a lower angle a little bit, or maybe I want something up. That's really cool. So that's another great option to mount the phone on this remote control, on the magic wand, and to be even more creative. So one person can just go with the gimbal and operate the gimbal, and another person can go with a mobile phone and this remote control and be creative in shot, in taking a video. So one cool option, why not to try it? One more thing that I didn't show you is a quick release system. So in case you need your camera from the gimbal, you can really easily take it off, go take some photos, record a video or do whatever you want with your camera, and then in case you need the gimbal again, you can just really easily go here, clip it like this. And the beauty of this is that it's really nice and fast, and the gimbal is balanced. Again, the camera is balanced on the gimbal. You don't need to rebalance it. You just need to turn the gimbal on, take it and go record your video. Alright guys, so that's basically it for today. My conclusion is that I really love this gimbal. A lot of pros, like it's lightweight, easy to operate. It has a touch screen, which is again another big plus. Then it has that underslung mode, you can carry it as a suitcase. It has a remote control, magic wand as I like to say, which is another cool feature to have it. Then what I really like is that it has this locking mechanism, so you can lock the gimbal and you can carry it in your bag without problems, without fear that will wobble it here and there. So really nice feature. Then another cool thing that I didn't show you is just to take off the camera. It's really easy to disassemble the gimbal. So you just need to unscrew this, and then you have two parts. You have this already locked. You can put it inside a bag, no problem at all. And then you have this handle and the tripod, so you can really easily carry your gimbal with you. Also guys, I tried several different cameras with this gimbal, like Canon 80D with Sigma 18-35, it's a heavier lens, then Canon EOS R with 18-105 lens, then Canon 5D Mark IV with 24-70, all the way to 70, no problem at all. This gimbal is handling like a breeze, so like it's lightweight cameras. And that's why I really love it too. It can handle the lightweight camera like this Fuji X-T3 pretty good too. So pretty wide range of different cameras, no problem at all. Right guys, so that's finally it for today. It was a little bit longer review, but I hope that you like it. In case you like this episode or this content at all, just press the like button down below, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe in case you're not already, and also ring that bell to get notified about all the future episodes. If you have any comments at all, just leave them down there in the comment section below. I will be glad to answer it. Have fun, experiment, and see you guys in my next fun episode. Bye bye.